Hello and welcome back to Moon Medicine Yoga. I'm Allison and this is our latest chapter of our ongoing vinyasa series here on the channel called Moving with the Moon, where we have been dedicating our practice to each phase of the lunar cycle. If you'd like to follow along and join in on other classes, simply become a full moon member of the channel, or you can join me on Patreon, and those links will be below for you. Today's class honors the waning crescent moon and is different from the other classes in the series. This will be a fully restorative practice using a bolster and 1 to 2 blocks. As we move through the waning crescent moon phase, we enter a time of subtle introspection and gentle release. This phase symbolizes the end of a cycle, encouraging us to let go and to prepare for new beginnings. In restorative, we find passive poses using the support of our props. We hold them for 5 or more minutes each. We'll create a space for ourselves to feel completely at ease and totally calm, really aligning ourselves with the moon's serene energy during this phase. As we move through this practice, focus on release and acceptance, embracing the waning crescent moon's invitation to explore the quieter, more reflective aspects of ourselves. I'm so excited to get started. If you are using the playlist, you can press play right now. You can find that link below as well, and we'll get started right after this. Okay, let's begin in a comfortable seat. We're going to sit on our bolster. If you'd like something a little sturdier or harder, you can sit on one of your blocks or right on the ground itself. Once here, we're going to roll the shoulders to the ears and then down the back. Just take a moment to drop into the moment, into the space, and to deepen the breath. Start to breathe with ujjayi, constricting the back of the throat, giving the breath the sound of the ocean. And our collective intention for this practice is a single word, and that word is softening. If you have a personal intention or something you want to focus on for this waning phase of the moon, you can bring that to mind now too. Otherwise, just silently reciting the word softening to yourself, inviting that energy into your practice. And we'll gently blink the eyes open. Preparing for our first restorative pose, which will be a restorative child's pose, restorative balasana, using the bolster, plus or minus the block. I'll leave that up to you. So facing the top edge of your mat, placing the bolster down lengthwise, bending the knees, sitting on the heels, sending those knees nice and wide so you can bring the bolster in close. You can lower down and just rest the left cheek on the bolster. If you'd like, you can place a block at its lowest or even its second highest height to give you a little bit more lift under the chest. Totally optional. It's important to find total comfort here, to make any adjustments that you need along the way so you can really soften into these passive poses. So I'll give you a moment to get settled in. When you're ready, just resting the left cheek, taking a deep breath and softening in. On your next breath in, gently lift the head, turn to the other cheek and set the head back down, softening into gentle breath in and out of the nose. On your inhale, lifting the head, bringing it back to center. Gently press yourself up. Taking a moment here, pausing between transitions. From here, we're going to move into supported Sphinx pose. So if you use the block, just set it aside. We're going to turn the bolster horizontal and scooch it forward. Bringing the chest forward, straightening the legs, lower down so that bolster is going to be underneath your chest. So underneath the ribs, rather. Bringing the elbows forward, palms flat. Making any adjustments that you need to. Make sure the elbows are stacked underneath the shoulders. It's going to give you the best support. Maybe you need to slide back or forward or find just the right position for that bolster. On that bolster, just take your time doing that. And once you feel comfortable, taking a few deep breaths to drop in and soften. On your inhale, walk the hands in, pressing yourself up. We're going to leave the bolster just where it is and roll onto the back. And as you roll back, bring the legs over the bolster, preparing for a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to bring the soles together and let the knees go wide. And this little lift under the feet is going to give us a little extra stretch through the hips while keeping things supportive and passive. You can rest the hands on the belly or on the hip creases, whatever feels the most natural. Take a deep breath in and out. From here, blinking the eyes open, gently extending the legs. And we'll draw the knees into the chest, roll onto the right side. Pressing yourself up for our next restorative shape. And we're going to bring the bolster behind us, lengthwise, preparing for a supported twist. And you can do this without the blocks if you want your bolster right on the mat, or you can grab one of your blocks and place it under the back edge. If you want even more lift, you can do this by turning up the bolster another level and even using a second block to give you lots of support and, again, a little bit more lift. So I'll give you those few options. I'm going to go with the one block option. Making any adjustments you need to. Let's make our way into this twist. We're going to face the right edge of the mat, staggering a bend in the legs, bringing the right side of the hip nice and close to the base of this bolster. Turning the chest lower down, and start by just resting your right cheek on the bolster. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. Softening in. If this feels good, stay here. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can lift the head, turning your left cheek to the bolster and resting the head back down. On your inhale, gently lift the head. Walk your hands in. We're just going to switch to the other side. Swinging the legs through center. Staggering them off to the left side of your mat. Making sure the left hip is right up against the base of your bolster. When you're ready, turning the torso to face the bolster. Walk the hands forward and lower down, starting with the left cheek on the bolster. Taking a deep breath in and out to soften in. Staying here, but if you'd like to go deeper, you can lift your head, turning the other cheek to the bolster. Take it or leave it. From here, gently pressing up. Walk the hands in and turn to face the front of your mat, preparing for a restorative Shavasana. I want to keep the block underneath my bolster to give me this nice little lifted ramp. If you want to do this without a block, or if you want to place a block there now, I'll give you that choice. Wherever you are, we're going to back the low back up against the base of the bolster and lower down. You can extend the legs, you can cross them, you can bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide, whatever feels comfortable. You can rest the hands on the hips, interlace the fingers on the ribs, or let the arms fall by your sides. Here's a nice time to maybe cover yourself with a blanket if you have one and you want to do that. Take your time finding the perfect supported Shavasana. And then once you've arrived, take a deep breath to soften in and enjoy your rest. to make your transition back. Start by gently deepening the breath, rocking the head from side to side. Bending the knees, bring the feet to the floor one at a time. Then you can roll onto your right side, staying on your bolster or rolling off of the bolster. And it's here that we'll pause to receive today's closing reading, which is called A Song by Robert Creeley. I had wanted a quiet testament, and I had wanted, among other things, a song that was to be of a like monotony, a grace simply, very, very quiet. A murmur of some lost thrush, though I have never seen one. Which was you then, sitting and so at peace, so very much now this same quiet. A song. And of you the sign now, surely of a gross perpetuity, which is not reluctant, or if it is no longer important. A song which one sings, if he sings it, with care. Taking that with us, press very, very gently up to a comfortable seat with the hands at heart center. Thank you very much for honoring the waning crescent moon with me. And if you've been following along with the series, thank you for being here for the latest chapter. To seal our time together, let's bring thumbs to the third eye and bow to honor each other and all our relations. If you enjoyed practice, don't forget to like and subscribe and say hello in the comments. If you're interested in more lunar phase yoga classes, become a member of the channel or join me on Patreon. You can explore the whole Moving with the Moon series. And that is all that I have for you right now. I'll be back very soon for our new moon practice and shortly after for a full moon practice. And until next time, I love you so much. I'll see you again soon on the mat and under the moon.